The first human who hurled an insult instead of a stone was the founder of civilization. There is a powerful force within us, an unilluminated part of the mind, separate from the conscious mind that is constantly at work molding our thought, feelings, and actions. From error to error, one discovers the entire truth. When making a decision of minor importance, I have always found it advantageous to consider all the pros and cons. Dreams are often most profound when they seem the most crazy. Most people do not really want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. When one does not have what one wants, one must want what one has. I suppose that romantic love was invented as a brilliant means of seduction. If you don't like a person, it's because they remind you of something you don't like about yourself. We choose not randomly each other. We meet only those who already exist in our subconscious. The liberty of the individual is no gift of civilization. It was greatest before there was any civilization. Human life should not be considered as the proper material for wild experiments. I cannot think of any need in childhood as strong as the need for a father's protection. Words and magic were in the beginning one and the same thing, and even today words retain much of their magical power. We are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. Just as no one can be forced into belief, so no one can be forced into unbelief. Flowers are restful to look at. They have neither emotions nor conflicts. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. In the depths of my heart, I can't help being convinced that my dear fellow men, with a few exceptions, are worthless. Immorality, no less than morality, has at all times found support in religion. Men are strong so long as they represent a strong idea. They become powerless when they oppose it. I do not in the least underestimate bisexuality. I expect it to provide all further enlightenment. In matters of sexuality we are at present, every one of us, ill or well, nothing but hypocrites. For there is a way back from imagination to reality, and that is art. Words have a magical power. They can either bring the greatest happiness or the deepest despair. The only person with whom you have to compare ourselves is that you in the past. And the only person better you should be, this is who you are now. We choose not randomly each other. We meet only those who already exist in our subconscious. The ego is not master in its own house. Dreams tell us many an unpleasant biological truth about ourselves, and only very free minds can thrive on such a diet. The ego is first and foremost a bodily ego. It is not merely a surface entity, but is itself the projection of a surface. The poor ego has a still harder time of it. It has to serve three harsh masters, and it has to do its best to reconcile the claims and demands of all three. Beauty has no obvious use, nor is there any clear cultural necessity for it. Yet civilization could not do without it. The voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it does not rest until it has gained a hearing.